Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shay. If you are new here, welcome. I'm so glad to have you. I am a first-time mom who has been sharing my journey of motherhood. Also, if you aren't new here, then you know that a couple weeks ago I did have a successful natural birth at a hospital that also happened to turn out to be a water birth. So I am just sharing my experience with first-time moms or moms who are already in the game but are looking to have a natural birth on their next go around, or just want to hear from another mother about some good tips and tricks to kind of help you get through this thing called motherhood, right? If that is something that you're interested in, you should subscribe. Yeah, and go back and view my other videos about how I achieved a natural birth, as well as the 5 things you need to know before deciding you want to have a natural birth, okay? All right, so why did I get a doula? Number one thing was I'm a first-time mom. There is not a lot that I know about giving birth, having a child, hospitals, water births, none of that, other than like the things that I educated myself on. So I thought it was important to have someone who could kind of like guide me through this process outside of like doctor's care or like my midwifery care. I just wanted a little extra support. And then number 2, I decided to get a doula because I wanted to have a natural birth. And we know that doulas are known for emotional support during that process. And so I also wanted that emotional support. And I felt it was necessary, even though that I did have my fiance. I just wanted someone who was a little more experienced in that field to kind of guide us and coach us along that process. And then number 3, I wanted someone in the room who could advocate for me. Outside of me and my fiance, if for some reason we weren't able to advocate for ourselves and our baby, I wanted another person in the room who could advocate for what we desired to have as a part of our birth plan. And then number 4, I wanted diversity in the room. As a Black woman, and as we all know, the maternal mortality rates amongst Black women are extremely insane. So I wanted to have a Black woman in the room with me who was very educated and experienced in this field to once again advocate for me during times where I may not know the options that I have, or I may not be able to advocate for myself due to the amount of pain that I was experiencing and things of that nature. I just wanted to be like overly prepared for this first time experience that turned out to just be a great experience. So those were the 4 main reasons why I decided to hire a doula as a part of my birth plan. And then how my doula helped. Realistically, like how she helped. Just from doctor visits to the day up to my birth, it was just like my go-to person, like outside of family, because we know that family can be very pushy, especially if they don't understand your birth plan and if they haven't done it before. Sometimes it's good to just have someone on your side who kind of understands you in a non-biased way, especially when it comes to your birth plan. So, for instance, when I would go to my doctor visits with my midwives, I would consult with my doula afterwards just to make sure that the things that me and my midwives discussed, we were all on one accord. I also made sure that the advice that my midwives had given me was kind of incongruent with my desire for my birth plan. And since my doula was also a student midwife, she kind of knew a lot of things on the midwifery side, so she knew a little more, which was great. And so if I had questions about things that I had heard from the midwife's office, I would just go to her, we'll discuss it, and then we'll come up with a solution. So in that aspect, she definitely helped. And I actually got my doula, I hired her when I was 22 weeks. I was new. That was reason number 5. I was new to Texas. I didn't know a lot about how Texas system worked. Also, leading up into my labor and delivery, since I was a first-time mom, I didn't know what a mucus plug would look like, a bloody show would look like, or any of those things would look like. So when those things were happening to me, I would text my doula to make sure that I would just confirm that like this is what's going on. She confirmed my mucus plug was happening. She confirmed the bloody show and what was happening when my cervix was dilating and things of that nature. Also, when it got closer, I think my last appointment at my midwife's office, she just kind of notified me that I needed 3 things from my midwives, and that was the station, the effacement, as well as the dilation. And as a first time mom, and with so many other things on your mind, you may not even think about the things that you need. So that was another thing, like my doula was another brain. If I would forget something to ask at my doctor's appointment, she would make sure that like I would answer or get an answer for it at the next visit or the next time that I communicate with them. And so that was nice to have. And then the day of the delivery, she just did a great job at like giving tips and tricks of how to cope with the pain emotionally and physically. She also coached my fiance really, really well. So if you have someone that will be in a room with you, your partner or your child's father, like I think it's very important for them to also have support while they're supporting you, because just as exhausting it is for us as women, I'm pretty sure it's just as exhausting for the men, just being there, catering to our physical and emotional and mental needs during that time. So she was definitely an emotional support for both me and my fiance. So would I recommend you to get a doula? I 10 out of 10 recommend, because these are the things that help me. And so I just want to continue to share my story with you guys and share what I did to help achieve such beautiful birthing experience. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't you